Hi everyone, my name is Ed and I teach physical education. These are my students and this is our classroom. We are going to discover how to swim freestyle and backstroke safely and effectively. I am going to discover how to deliver the content using an enactive approach. My dilemma is that there is such a range of abilities and experiences within the class. How does effective technique develop when I am the guide at the side? Here is a little snippet of the ability levels that I can expect. My theory of choice to help solve my dilemma is enactivism. Enactivism refers to the active engagement of a person with their environment. Knowing or knowledge is situated in the person, their action, and the situation. Learning occurs when prior knowledge is actively combined with new knowledge. This assimilation doesn't directly lead to new knowing as the learner is viewing the new content through the lens of their prior knowledge. The development of new knowing occurs when the learner can actively accommodate and incorporate the new content in their environment. As a result, the learner and their environment co-transform or co-emerge. As a learner's prior knowledge and experiences are going to differ from person to person, learning is individual interpretation to the situation at hand. Varela best sums this up when he says that learners lay a path while walking. The situation is a blend of personal circumstances and environmental circumstances. Co-emergent knowledge develops through active participation in a situation through the situator-situating dialectic. My role is to provide the vehicle for student action. The path we take is a negotiated path where my role is a guide at the side. I am also a learner as I need to comprehend what the learner understands and the meaning they derive from the action. A learner needs to utilize their network of virtual actions to link the new knowledge with their old knowledge. The network of virtual actions are the skills, experiences, and knowledge a learner can draw on to promote new learning. Spielraum translates to play space or action room, is the learner's environment and their room to move within this environment. The more network of virtual actions available, the better the spielroom and the more room to move. This dynamic relationship can best be described by the following diagram. Relationality refers to the relationship between the learner and their environment. The relationship between learner and environment occurs in three phases. Fusion, learner enjoys interaction with the aquatic environment but has limited skill. Separation, learner is frustrated with skill level within environment. Union, learner masters skill and relationship between environment improves. So how does my lesson look if I adopt an enactive approach? The first activity would be to have students fill out the below form twice in the familiar surroundings of a classroom. The first map will give me an insight into how the students feel about swimming, their previous experiences and their goals. The second map, looking through the eyes of an elite swimmer, allows the learner to a positive view of the situation and may increase motivation and decrease anxiety. The next step is to present an open-ended problem to the learners. In our case, the problem will be to swim on their front or back and cover a set distance without touching the ground. The students and I will then discuss possible solutions for this problem. The possible solutions will also talk about equipment to be used, steps to be taken, and safety. The next phase is to allow students to put their solutions to a practical test. Experiential learning offers learners the chance to learn by doing. Throughout the experiential learning, hermeneutic listening is key. Hermeneutic listening is active listening between the teacher and student, in which the process development of an idea or solution gives more insight into the student's understanding than the answer. Negotiation and engagement are key components. This is all well for the development of basic technique, but what about the development of effective technique? The answer to this lies in the sub-problems or questions posed to students throughout the lesson. For example, what happens when you swim with your fingers spread? What happens when you swim with your fingers together? What happens to the water in both cases? Which one gets you a further distance? These questions can prompt students to think differently about a situation. Posing these questions allows students to interpret for themselves how certain types of movement affect their progress through the water and how the environment reacts as a result. Individual interpretation will also lead to skill development within the learner's physical, emotional, and mental capabilities. For example, learning bilateral breathing is currently out of learning reach for a student who cannot put their head under the water. The aquatic environment is a great platform for immediate feedback. The sink or swim response offers learners the opportunities to effectively test their ideas and skills. An enactivist approach to teaching requires careful pre-planning to ensure that the vehicle for learning is engaging, within reach, and rewarding for the learner. The destination may be known, but the learning path or interpretation of the content is not. The role of the teacher requires great adaptability, interpretation, and quick decision making. As the teacher is also a learner, discovery is also a major component. Well, I hope you enjoyed my presentation on enactivism. Till next time, bye for now.